Coming up on Sports Night. From Buckeyes to Badgers, another tough loss for Pat Fitzgerald's Cats. Find out why Northwestern stalled.
Northwestern women's soccer took on Rutgers in the Big Ten tournament, but could they pull out a W?
And the return to the rule of law. What this Northwestern point guard's return could mean for the Wildcat basketball team. So kick back, relax, and get ready, because it's time for Sports Night right now. Welcome one, welcome all. He's Ari Ross. I'm Jesse Kirsch. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a year of ebb and flow for the Northwestern football team, especially in Big Ten play, Ari.
Wins at Iowa, Michigan State, and at home against Indiana, but then a few crushing defeats. For the second straight week, Northwestern took on a top 10 foe, this time taking on number 8 Wisconsin at Ryan Field. The Cats did manage to keep it close till the fourth quarter before the Badgers pulled away with a late score, capitalizing on a Northwestern turnover to top the Cats 21-7. Corey Clement led the way for the Badgers with 132 rushing yards and a score. Austin Carr was his usual self for the Cats with 12 receptions for 132 yards and a score, but Northwestern couldn't muster up much offense anywhere else. Our own Adam Braunstein has more.
On a beautiful fall afternoon in Evanston, the Cats' offense produced arguably their ugliest performance of the season, rushing for just 39 yards and a 21-7 defeat against the Wisconsin Badgers.
It looked like we weren't getting to the second level, and that's obviously on us. We got to figure out how to be able to get our guys better angles and better opportunities to get the run game going. I really thought we were going to have some opportunities to get some things going. So,
I think we had too many third and longs, 8+. I mean. Again, good defenses shut good offenses even down on third and long, and guys trust the system. But we've got to get ahead of the sticks on first down and second down, so that come third down we have manageable routes to run, manageable distances.
I think for the most part, you keep saying, man, we're so close, and you get tired of hearing that. So again, you don't want to keep reiterating that, but again, we're close. I mean, I think we all feel that as a team. 13-7. Number 8 team in the nation, going into the fourth quarter with all the momentum. I mean, who wouldn't want that, So we're right there. I mean, we have the guys internally to get it done. We just have to get it done.
Wisconsin may be the most complete team that we saw on tape in all 3 phases. They don't typically beat themselves. They're obviously very stout defensively, and forced us to be one-dimensional today, and we just weren't able to get it done being one-dimensional.
The loss drops the Cats to 4-5 on the season. Northwestern will have a chance to get back to 500 next weekend when they travel to West Lafayette to take on the Purdue Boilermakers. From Ryan Fields, I'm Adam Braunstein, NNN Sports.
Adam, thank you so much. So now let's break it down. Back in the studio with Inside NU, Zach Peerless. Zach, the Cats hung in with the Badgers most of the game, but down the stretch, Wisconsin pulled away later on in the game. But again, they did extend that lead 21-7 at the end. What went on late in the game to separate the Badgers from the Cats?
So the biggest problem for Northwestern throughout the game was that they just could not run the ball. Justin Jackson, 42 yards. One of those came on a 28 of those came on just 1 carry. So you're looking at 12 rushes for just 14 yards by my math, and that's just something that you cannot have happen. This is a very good passing attack. You look at Clayton Thorson, Austin Carr, Garrett Dickerson's even stepped up. You even have Flynn Nagel that's played well, Andrew Scanlon. The biggest issue is you cannot have no balance, and that's exactly what Northwestern had. Justin Jackson only getting 13 carries, but I guess that kind of makes sense when you only have 42 yards total. And I think that the other big thing is Northwestern on the other side of the ball could not stop the run. In Big Ten play, even against a Wisconsin team that cannot throw the ball, they were still able to run the ball down Northwestern's throat. That's an issue when you look at size-wise. Northwestern was just beaten in the trenches. They were just smaller and slower and just not quite as strong. Wisconsin's traditionally a very good running team. Still, it was disappointing to see Northwestern not be able to stop the run and not establish it on the offensive side of things.
So you're mentioning Northwestern's run game. Let's talk about their passing game a little bit. They're 0-5. You told me this just a minute ago. It's really interesting. 0-5. The Wildcats are 0-5 when passing more than running in a game. So this was another situation where they couldn't even get the run going. But at the same time, there have been some glimmers of brightness from the offense. Clayton Thorson and Austin Carr linking up for 132 yards last Saturday. They've been a pretty good duo this entire season. Where was that last year, and how has it turned into what it has become?
Yeah, absolutely. Austin Carr has been just an absolute revelation for this team. Just the numbers that he's putting up, you look at, they're the best since Jeremy Ebert. So any of you longtime Wildcat fans will remember Jeremy Ebert, who had 90 catches way back almost a decade ago. A guy that was very, very good in the slot. But Austin Carr, the whole story is just incredible. Came to Northwestern as a walk-on running back. Wasn't even a preferred walk-on. Had to ask Pat Fitzgerald for a tryout, got a tryout, spent 3 years kind of waiting his time. Then last year he was pretty solid, probably Northwestern's best wide receiver. And you saw some glimmers of hope, but you never, ever expected this. 18 catches last year. This year he's up to 70 catches. Just incredible. I think you look at one thing, worked very, very hard in the offseason, developing a really good chemistry with Clayton Thorson. They've both talked to me about just spending extra time throwing the ball around even after practice, before practice, watching film together. Just that chemistry that you really need to see developed has been there. And then Austin Carr, let's not take away from how good he really is. Guy that is very, very quick, runs fantastic routes. And Pat Fitzgerald talked about he's a guy that did not run good routes when he came in. Being a running back, you wouldn't expect him to. Has worked very hard on running his routes. You see he sets up defenders to go inside, then goes outside, sets them up outside, then goes inside. It really looks very simple when you look at just the surface, but when you break it down in the film room, it's these little cuts that you get, and it's just fantastic work from Austin Carr. They are always on the same page.
All right, we'll see if they're on the same page this Saturday. The Wildcats head to West Lafayette to take on the Purdue Boilermakers. Thanks so much, Zach.
Northwestern women's soccer headed to the land of 10,000 lakes over the weekend, trying to make their case for their second consecutive NCAA tournament berth. Did they do enough? Stay tuned.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Northwestern women's soccer traveled to Minnesota Friday to take on Rutgers in the Big Ten tournament semifinals. Could the Cats pounce on the Scarlet Knights? Let's take a look. The Cats and the Scarlet Knights facing off at ELR Stadium. Just 7 minutes into this one, and Kenny Wright with a beautiful curl right here and the incredible shot by Colby Shiraka sends it home to give the Rutgers a 1-0 lead. Let's take a look at that one again right now. The curl by Wright and the goal by Shiraka just past the outstretched arms of Lauren Clem, and the Scarlet Knights lead 1-0. Now the final seconds of this one, the Cats get the ball into the box, but it's just out of the reach of Maria Fael as Alana Jimenez makes the save, and the Cats fall in this one 1-0. Even though the Cats outshot Rutgers, Colby Shiraka's 7th-minute goal was all the Scarlet Knights would need as they eked out a 1-0 victory over the Cats. It was just the second loss of the season for Northwestern, both of which came at the hands of Rutgers. But even with the loss, the Wildcats are still going dancing, headed back to the NCAA tournament for the 2nd straight year. For the first time in program history, the Wildcats will host a tournament game, taking on Kent State Saturday at 3 p.m. at Martin Stadium.
Thanks, Ari. Different story for the men's team. The Wildcats had just 6 wins all season long, not something that instills confidence heading into a conference tournament and a matchup against the Indiana Hoosiers. But hey, it ain't over till it's over. Roll the tape. One beautiful afternoon in Bloomington. Big Ten tourney quarterfinals. Cats, the 7 seed. Late in the first half, Indiana's Tanner Thompson cuts through the Northwestern back line, but Francisco Tomasino just able to graze it. Then in the second, Indiana on the attack again. Take a look at this one, a header back into the hands of Tomasino. One of his 3 major saves in this one, but it goes to extra time. Golden goal, I might add. Let's take a look at this. 10 minutes in, Austin Penna show the pinball wizard, the cross to Trevor Swartz. Bullseye, his 5th goal of the season, giving the Hoosiers the 1-0 win. They'll take on Wisconsin in the tourney's semifinal. That's all she wrote. The Wildcats finished the year 6-11-1 with just 3 conference wins.
Big Ten tournament play for the field hockey team as well. The 4th-seeded Wildcats headed to College Park, Maryland to kick off play against the 5th-seeded Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's see how they fared. Iowa trying to get things going early in this one, but Lindsey von Vanderloft makes the save and we remain scoreless. A short while later, the Cats can't get the penalty quarter, but good things happen when you keep the ball in play. Ball bouncing around now. The assist there and the shot and score for Northwestern. Dominique Masters finding Kristen Mansfield, and the Cats take an early lead. Now a penalty stroke for the Cats, and Isabel Flens finds the back of the net to give the Cats a 2-0 lead. Iowa would come back to cut the Cats' lead in half, but Dominic Masters here off the rebound finds the back of the net, and the Hawkeyes are put away by the Wildcats by a final score of 3-1, sending the Cats against Maryland. Northwestern now taking on number 1 seeded Maryland in the semifinal. And the Cats get things going early in College Park as that one bounces away, but Isabel Flens with a shot, and that bounces in for a score. 1-0 lead now for the Cats, as this one will be a penalty corner. Isabel Flens once again doing work for the Cats as it's tied, but no longer with the score 2-1 Cats. Maryland trying to find the back of the net. This one bouncing around, a couple shots here by the Terrapins. Just not able to find anything. Good defense by the Wildcats. Good save there. And it goes off the body of the Cats, and the Cats keep a 2-2 lead. They wouldn't keep it 2-2 much longer now. Maryland trying to go for the win, but a huge save there by Vanderlooft makes a heck of a save, and we are headed to overtime. In overtime, though, it's a great save there by Vanderlooft, but the bounce goes right to Velma Luz, finds the back of the net, giving the Terrapins the 3-2 overtime victory. With the loss to Maryland, the Cats fall to 14-9 on the season, and Northwestern had hoped to earn an NCAA tournament bid, but they fell just short, ending the Wildcats' 2016 campaign.
There's a theme going on here. The crisp air, bright oranges and yellows tumbling down from the tree branches, autumn and fall sports winding down. And that can mean one thing, back to the hardwood. We'll start with the men's team. Chris Collins and company welcomed the Illinois Springfield Prairie Stars to Welsh Ryan last week. BMAC for the dime. Ari, I really just don't understand this campaign they've got going on. But anyway, McIntosh a minute in with a pull-up J. Sinks that one. Aaron Falzone kicks it out to Scotty Lindsay. Why not? Raindrop. 7-6 Cats take a lead. Falzone again thinking about it, takes it himself for 3. Why not? 10-6 Northwestern extends their lead. Isaiah Brown now, remember that name. You're going to hear that a lot this year. Going airborne from the perimeter. Falzone later on, shot so nice he took it twice. It's a shout out for Will Greer, our producer. Vic Law with the steal, reminding everyone he's back in town. Slam dunk. McIntosh with eyes on the quarter later on. Brown drains a tray. Did I mention all of this was just the first half? The Cats coast to victory, 89-52. Moving on to the women, they also had a win that day, but it was not quick work. After leading by just 12 at the half, Northwestern did open up a 22-point lead after 3 quarters and eventually extended that to 28 for a final score of 84-56. Look at that stat line. The Cats forced 18 turnovers and tallied 15 steals in this matchup with the Prairie Flowers. The men's regular season tips off tomorrow night in Evanston as Mississippi Valley State's Delta Devils come on through. The women Wildcats have the matinee affair matchup tomorrow, hosting the Hampton Pirates at 3:30.
Vic Law came to Northwestern as the number 66 recruit in the nation, according to ESPN. But an injury before the start of last season, his sophomore season, set back his career at Northwestern. Now back on the hardwood, Law is ready to help the Cats reach new heights. Our own Adam Bronstein has more.
Northwestern forward Vic Law missed all of last season after shoulder surgery. It has been a long road to recovery, but on Friday night, Law was back on the hardwood for the first time since November.
I think I could say I was a little nervous just being back for the first time in a year, finally playing again. So I think just shaking the jitters off was good.
He's feeling good. He was, understandably nervous the first exhibition game, so I was glad it was an exhibition. I thought it took him about a half or even 30 minutes of the game to just relax and play. I think we saw at the end he made his last 3 or 4 shots. He got comfortable. He started attacking the basket. He slowed down a little bit.
Northwestern fans should not overlook the challenges Law had to overcome over the past 12 months.
Sometimes you just want to, go and watch practice or, just stay focused on the game. But, you got to do your rehab because, that's just as important as being with the team and different things like that.
Coach Collins is particularly excited about the flexibility Law will add to the team's lineup.
When you have versatile players, it allows you to put different lineups on the floor. It allows you to do some different things offensively, defensively, than maybe we've been able to do in the past. So we've been pretty predictable. Not that that's bad, but we've been pretty predictable with what we had, and now I think we have more versatility, more guys that can get out there and do some things which will help us hopefully win.
Law is now looking ahead and is excited to build off the progress he has made the past few months.
Now I'm just, excited to keep playing and just build off of, the summer.
Law's first regular season game action will come Friday night as the Cats host Mississippi Valley State. For NNN SportsNight, I'm Adam Bronstein.
Law started and played 22 minutes in the Cats' exhibition win against Illinois Springfield, scoring 11 points to go along with 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Law and the rest of the Wildcats officially open the season tomorrow night against Mississippi Valley State.
Plenty to come when we come back. Time to serve up volleyball in more ways than one. We're just getting started here. It's Sports Night, so stick around.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Welcome back. This year, the women's volleyball team took on a new system brought by a new coach, and it hasn't really been working out. More than twice as many losses as wins this year, including a now 5-match losing streak, the latest pair of disappointments in the Great Lakes State. Start things off in East Lansing against the Michigan State Spartans. Get a look at NU's Simone Abbott warming up before the game, taking on the 16th ranked Spartans. Early on, Abbott with a kill, making it 3-0 for the Cats. Finished with a team-high 11 kills, but MSU takes the first set, 25-21. In the second set, Rachel Minerick to Alyssa Garveling for the kill, 2-0, 2-0 for the Spartans. Cats hanging around, holding on, trying to at least in set 3. Libero Sarah Johnson sets Kayla Maureen, who kills it, tied at 7 in set 3. But as you can see, it quickly got away from the Cats. Spartans tallying them on, making it a 3-0 sweep in East Lansing. Then on to Ann Arbor, where the 17th ranked Wolverines were waiting. 2 ranked teams back-to-back. Tough bout for the Cats. They bounced back after the first set, taking the second 25-27. Look at the effort, 25-17, excuse me. Look at the effort from Simone Abbott, killing in the game, literally killing the game 23 times, that is. But defense won the day, 3-1 for the Maize and Blue, the final from Michigan.
Thanks, guys. When many former big-time high school athletes step on campus, they are faced with the reality that they won't play a varsity sport. So what's next? Club sports. And this week I caught up with the men's volleyball team to find out more about them. Many students at Northwestern won't hear their names being chanted around campus, but that doesn't stop the competitive spirit inside many Wildcats. Northwestern is home to 34 club sports between men's and women's, and this week we took a look at what makes the men's volleyball club so special.
You meet a lot of guys, so there's about 20 people on the team each year. We go to a bunch of tournaments, a lot of time to bond, and then 2 practices a week, so we're always playing together, having a lot of fun. Most of it's all about having fun.
Just like varsity sports, club sports are able to travel to different campuses for matches and tournaments.
This year, I think we were planning on going to about 6 tournaments. In the past, we've gone to 4 or 5. Most of them are during the winter, so we had 2 this fall, and then we're going to be going to about 4 in the winter quarter. Every player pays dues of $250 that we spend to be able to go to tournaments and get hotels and get balls and new uniforms.
For many students, club sports offered them the opportunity to rekindle their athletic passions they had growing up.
I started playing volleyball in 7th grade, and then I played all through high school, and then wasn't really looking to do it at the college level, so when I came here I saw there was a club team, so I tried out, and it's just a lot of fun to play.
But more importantly, beyond the competition aspect, club sports offer students the chance to form lasting friendships with peers outside of the classroom. If you want to learn more about the men's volleyball team, visit nurecreation.com. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Evan. Winter is coming, and along with it, winter sports, and Northwestern's wrestling team opens its season Sunday at Welsh Ryan. Let's get to the highlights. Welsh Ryan Arena breaking out the wrestling mats for the first time this season as the Cats opened up play in a tri-duel against the University of Chicago and North Central College 2 Division III squads here. In the 174-pound weight class, sophomore Johnny Sebastian pins Nicholas Farrow, 6 points for the Cats, and they go up by a score of 12-3. Moving to the 197-pound cast, Jacob Berkowitz with a heck of a move here as he slams down John James, pinning him. Northwestern would post 6 pins as they top the Maroons by a final score of 47-3, as you see, fully pinning him here. We move to duel number 2 now against North Central College, and Jason Ipsaritas, whoa there, pins Mike Pekolshus, and get your brooms out because Northwestern sweeps the tri-duel, topping the Cardinals 41-0 and winning both sets of the duel, picking up 2 wins. With the 2 wins, the Cats moved to 2-0 on the season and will look to stay undefeated this weekend as they travel to Cal Poly to take on the Mustangs.
Speaking of wrestling, Nerdwestern students wrestle with tough questions all the time here on campus. Even better when those questions make no sense. Here's Mary Orders.
Hi, I'm Mary Orders for this week's edition of Rock Talk. I'll be interviewing Northwestern students about how much they know about Northwestern sports. Okay, so the football team, it was just announced yesterday that they're going to be sponsored by Jeep, and the incoming recruits are going to be giving Jeeps. What do you feel about this?
I think that's illegal.
They all have those little mopeds that they ride around, so for transportation purposes to the field and back, I think Jeeps are awesome.
Do you think they should get the Jeeps?
I would like the Jeeps.
Okay. How do you feel about Northwestern basketball player Nia Coffey becoming the new face of the Sheridan Starbucks?
I'm really excited about it. I think that's awesome that we're getting Northwestern sports out into the community.
You know, women's sports needs to be represented more in the NCAA in general.
It was breaking news yesterday that the women's soccer team stole the caged Golden Eagle from their rival Kent State that they'll be playing this Saturday. What do you feel about that?
I didn't hear about it till just now, but it sounds awesome to me.
Are you scared for the animal? Do you think PETA should get involved?
Absolutely not. I think that the girls that I know on the women's soccer team are very, responsible and caring individuals. I'm sure they would never do anything to harm an animal.
That's great. That's great. They should melt it and sell it for a lot of money.
It's a real golden eagle.
Yeah, I love gold. Yeah, we can make a lot of
No, but it's a real eagle, in a cage. Like a real bird. And you just said we should melt it.
A golden eagle is a type of bird?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Mary, so much. Ari, got some, that was funny, but now you're going to have to pick between good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
I think I'll take the good news first, Jesse.
Okay, well, right after this break, we've got plays of the week.
Then what's the bad news?
The Cleveland Indians had a 3-1 lead. Just wanted to point that out there.
So did the Golden State Warriors. We'll be right back.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Welcome back. I'm still angry about the World Series.
All right, how about a distraction? Let's get to those plays of the week. Northwestern highlights. Roll the tape.
Coming in at number 3, an errant pass by, as we get them rolling here. Coming in at number 3, an errant pass here by Illinois Springfield. Vic Law with the steal. He's going to take it the distance and slam it home. And that's points for Northwestern.
Number 2, homage to my man, Derek Jeter. It's got to be a football play, though. Who's it going to be? Clayton Thorson finding none other than Austin Carr over the middle. Touchdown, Cats.
And our number 1 play of the week. Seen this before, we might as well see it again. Going back to wrestling, Jason Ipsaritas with the takedown of Michael Bakolshis. That spin move, whoa, what a takedown. And the pin by Ipsaritas. Have to take another look at that one as he pins him here. Get you in just a second. Watch as he picks him up and basically throws him to the ground, taking the match against North Central College.
All right, so that's going to wrap up our highlights, but something's going on over here.
On behalf of the staff, 2 seniors, we wanted to thank you very much. A cake from Jewel Osco, 2 forks. I have a feeling only one of them will be used. Enjoy the cake.
Well, thank you so much, Michael Stern. So I guess that kind of segues into our final segment tonight. A few parting words from a couple of Sports Night veterans sitting here on the desk. This is where it began for me. 3 years ago when I was a freshman at Northwestern, in this very studio at this very desk. And while many of the faces around this room have changed over time, the goal hasn't, bringing you everything Cats every week. So I just want to say personally for me, and I speak for Ari as well, and everyone in this room, thank you to our viewers because you've helped us live our dreams.
Similarly, while it may have taken me a little bit longer than Jesse to get involved, this is where I got my start as well. We've both gotten experience, but for both of us, NNN Sports is more than just an extracurricular. Here at Sports Night, we're like a family. So not only do we have to thank our viewers, but also our staff who make NNN Sports a terrific experience. So as always, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
And tune in next week when Sports Night returns. Go out and make it a good one. Good night.